Hare Krishna. Today we share a remarkable Leela of Sri Srimad Gour Govinda Swami Maharaj that illustrates the power of a Sadhu Guru, demonstrating how he protects his disciples and guides them out of the quagmire of Maya. This story was recounted by a disciple of Srila Gour Govinda Swami Maharaj who wishes to remain anonymous. The events took place around 1980 during the early days when the temple had yet to be built and Gurudev was still living in his simple hut. A group of young men deeply influenced by Gurudev's inspiring katha began associating with him. Among them were students, job seekers, and some who were already employed in government positions. These young men wanted to live close to the ISKCON temple to support each other in their devotion. But since the temple was surrounded by a forest, they rented a house about 2 kilometers away from the ashram. One of these young men who was seeking for a job was given the service of door-to-door preaching and collecting donations for the temple. During his service, he frequently visited a householder, Grihastha devotee, to collect donations. Over time, he became infatuated with the devotee's daughter, and the two began to spend time talking to each other. During this period, Gurudev was deeply concerned about fulfilling Srila Prabhupada's instructions to preach in Odisha. He lamented that he wasn't able to visit every village in the region to spread the holy name of Lord Hari. Seeing Gurudev's concern, his followers decided to organize Sankirtan programs in their respective villages to support his mission. The householder devotee, eager to help, invited Gurudev to hold a kirtan in his village. A date was set, and the devotee and his wife left a day early to make the necessary arrangements at their village, leaving their daughter behind in Bhubaneswar due to her studies. The young man who had fallen in love with the girl devised a plan. He told her that when Gurudev and the other devotees left for the village the next day, he would stay behind under the pretense of illness and come to see her alone. The next morning, as the devotees started for the temple where Gurudev was waiting for them, the young man claimed he had severe stomach pain and couldn't travel. The other devotees, concerned about being late, came to the temple, leaving him at the home to rest. At the temple, a car was ready to take them all to the Hari Sankirtan program. While getting into the car, Gurudev asked, "Where is that boy?" A devotee replied, "Gurudev, he is not coming with us. He has pain in his stomach. Till yesterday he was fit and fine. How come he has stomach ache now?" No, he will also go to Hari Sankirtan," Gurudev replied. One other devotee said, "Gurudev, when he don't want to come, how can we force him? He is saying he has severe pain in his stomach." However, Gurudev was adamant that the young man should accompany them. Despite the devotees' insistence that they were already running late, Gurudev firmly instructed them to go back and bring the young man, saying that if he did not come, no one would go. Reluctantly, one devotee took a bicycle and rode back to fetch the young man. Meanwhile, the young man, excited at the thought of meeting the girl alone for the first time, was waiting anxiously in his room. He had dressed carefully and was waiting for some time to pass so that Gurudev, along with all the devotees, depart for the village. But when he saw the devotee approaching on a bicycle, he panicked. Realizing that Gurudev had sent someone to fetch him, he quickly decided to hide behind his house, hoping they would leave without him when they could not find him. In his haste, the young man didn't see a large ditch behind the house and fell into it, injuring his leg. As he lay there in pain calling for help, the devotee who had been sent to fetch him heard his cries and rushed to his aid. The devotee pulled him out of the ditch, bandaged his wound, and helped him back to his room. The injury was severe enough that the young man couldn't walk. The devotee told him, "You see, Gurudev is all-knowing. He knows our heart. We were all set to go, but Gurudev forced us to bring you. He said, if that boy is not coming with us, then we are not going. He forced me to come for you. If Gurudev would not have sent me, imagine what would have happened to you. Whole day you will be crying for help inside the ditch and no one there to rescue. Gurudev is so kind. Anyhow, now your leg is severely injured. You can't go anywhere. What to speak of Hari Sankirtan? You take rest. I will inform Gurudev. When the devotee returned, he found Gurudev still waiting in the car. He explained what had happened, and Gurudev, with a knowing smile, simply said, "Let's go, we are getting late." The devotees then set off for the village as planned. The young man, unable to meet the girl that day, was deeply moved. He realized that Gurudev had saved him from committing a grave sin. Reflecting on the incident, he understood that Gurudev had been aware of his intentions all along and had taken steps to protect him from the clutches of Maya. From that day forward, the young man abandoned his romantic pursuit and dedicated himself fully to serving Gurudev. Today, this fortunate disciple, whose identity remains anonymous, leads a life of strict celibacy and continues to serve in the ISKCON temple. Not everyone is blessed with the opportunity to receive the darshan of a true Guru and live under his protective guidance. If we surrender our lives at the feet of Sri Guru, he will surely protect us from falling into the traps of Maya and guide us in every aspect of our lives. With this hope, we humbly pray at the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev. Hare Krishna.